do this though. The one like guys that were talking at the D2. I guess we're live already. People can hear me saying this, but people talking at the D2 that they've worn sunglasses on the stage, and that's why, because they felt like they were not like in front of all the people.
Yeah, I thought a lot of people ask him, why are you wearing sunglasses?
Like guys that were talking at the D2. I guess we're live already. People can hear me saying this. Eric was always doing that. Eric de Broche.
And now we should be live. I don't know. I think we've been live for like 5 minutes already. I have no idea, man. YouTube lately is behaving like a total junkyard. I think we're live. I think we are. I don't know. Can anyone hear us talking? Can anyone see us? I don't know. Can you please let us know that you're here and that you can hear us and that you can see us? Leave a comment. Please make sure to test the like button because apparently it isn't working. Mr. Koo, is the like button working?
I just checked. Yeah, it is working.
Yeah, it's working, man.
You're my biggest supporter.
Always.
That's why we made you win. The game was rigged.
Yeah, but Michael, I noticed you in your post, you know, you posted the other images that you've done, that you consistently moved up like every time. You moved like closer and closer to
It's true.
So maybe next week you're gonna win.
Next week you'll be the judge.
I made it on purpose. Like it's a joke, but
And
yeah.
in a month he's
Don't
going
do
to
like
be
that.
wearing my hat and he's going to do the show. Guys, good evening. How are you? Nobody's gonna answer. Okay. People are like,
¿Cómo estáis? Okay, ¿cómo estáis? Juan, Esther, hablad.
Everything cool, guys. Good.
we're gonna have a situation tonight. Okay, let me explain what is happening. I have tonight on the show, together with my buddy and partner Jason, we have the winners from last week show. Mario unfortunately could not be with us today, but we have Esther and Juan, who actually don't speak English, and so we had to ask Jose to give us some support with the translation. Then we have the admin that placed fourth in last week competition, Mr. Vittorio Bonapace. And then we have all the way from Melbourne. Am I correct, Michael?
Yes.
Mr. Michael Koo. Did I say it right?
Yes.
Yes. And then my friend James,
Finally.
Jesse, Johnny Bergeron. Now I'm gonna call you. Now I'm gonna call you Jason Juan Bergeron.
Makes sense.
Or you can just call me JJ or Triple J for short. You can also do that.
But anyway, guys, how are you? Everything okay? Are you ready to talk a little bit about your projects and your performance in last week's competition?
Cool, yeah.
Oh, fucking finally, man! Somebody answered my question. All right, we're gonna go in order. I wanna start with the first project, the first winner, Esther and Juan. I wanna ask you guys a very simple question. What went through your mind when you saw the challenge announcement? And what were your thoughts when you saw, okay, this is a Spaceman competition. How are we going to approach this project? Jose, good luck.
Quiero say, don't make long sentences, please. No, que cuando salió el challenge, bueno, la competición sí, vale. Bueno, eso, que cuál fue vuestra aproximación al proyecto, para resumirlo.
Pues dijimos, wow, un astronauta.
Wow, that's international.
That's pretty self-explanatory.
Y buscamos un astronauta tiene que sentirse solo.
La soledad.
So a spaceman has to feel alone, like the loneliness.
Y cómo poder expresar eso sin tampoco hacerlo de una manera muy stiffy, ¿no? Sino algo más normal que llegase a la gente.
Vale. So how to express that with a way that it's not sci-fi, but it's like that people can relate or can arrive to the people.
Buscamos también que esa persona podría estar sumergido en una depresión.
Also, these people can be a little bit depressed.
Y entonces empezamos a pensar, un astronauta, pues...
Sobre todo algo real. Entonces buscamos astronautas reales. Y...
Okay. Vale, no. So, mostly someone real. So.
Let me just share the picture, because, you know, like in this image, there is a lot. And I'm sorry, Rose, that I'm cutting you off, but let me give a little bit of a context to those that are watching from home. This is basically them telling the story of Michael Collins, I think it's the...
Yes.
Which, if I don't mistaken, he did the tour around the moon, but he did not land on the moon, whilst his colleagues landed on the moon, right? And so you guys basically pictured him sitting on the table, imagining of him also walking on the moon. Is that correct?
Yes.
It's a beautiful sentiment, because there's a fantastic documentary about the Apollo missions. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I can't think of it right now. It's a very almost abstract view of it. It's not like a narrative thing. It's basically narrated by quotes from the guys from interviews they did. And he says this. He says, "I was the loneliest man in the universe at that moment when he was on the module and had to, the guys left and he was there by himself. And that was his job, right?" And he says this. He says, at that moment, I was the loneliest person in the universe, because he was like completely alone, cut off from everything. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's crazy, yeah.
Sí, que hay un documental que habla sobre todo de esto, y que hay un momento que dice eso, que es el hombre más solo del universo. O sea, que lo dice
pero él también dice que tampoco se sintió, que estaba a gusto, que tenía la mejor vista de todos, porque mientras que él estaba abajo y ellos estaban abajo y solo veían los cráteres, él tenía una vista que nadie podía tener.
Okay. So Michael Collins also said that he was like not lonely, but that he was okay, he was happy, and he had the most amazing views.
Yeah. That's right.
Buscamos mucha información para hacer esta historia creíble, porque buscamos hasta, Juan, el pase que hay al lado de los libros que él ha estado escribiendo durante todos estos años.
La identificación.
Está sacada de subastas.
On the left?
Yes, I'm
on the left.
The yellow card
is on the left. Yeah, that's
yes.
In the cell. On the cell.
You see, so it with a little bit of delay.
The actual badge.
Accreditation
badge. Yeah, I don't know. The actual that he was wearing. No. Encontrasteis esta foto en internet, entiendo. El pase.
No. El pase está en subastas.
Es un pase de otro astronauta de esa época, de la misma fecha. Okay. Y le pusimos la foto.
Subastas. Nice word.
No, era subastas americanas.
Well, you can bet for to get the actual pass. They found it like this way, and this is the pass.
And actually, to me, the thing
Los
that
libros que están...
Sorry,
Fabio.
No, the thing that really, we're gonna keep going and be like, no, sorry, you go. The thing that really made me the thing that really made me go and look up the astronaut guy was on the side of the wall there is Kate, Anne, and Mike, the three lines against the wall that indicate how tall the kids are, right? And so
Children.
yes, and I looked it up on Wikipedia, and actually these are the names of the three kids of Michael Collins.
Wow.
That's cool. Yeah.
It's really cool. But anyway, let's just give a little bit of space to also the other participants. Michael, do you want to go next?
I don't mind.
I'm gonna maximize your picture. It's on the screen. You're probably gonna see it in a few seconds. But
Yep.
do you wanna talk a little bit about what was going on through your head when you first saw the challenge announcement and you thought, okay, how am I going to approach this project?
Oh, okay. So when I first see it, so it's all like spaceman, and then I thought like immediately sci-fi, and then I was like looking through the whole video, and then you guys were like mentioning like with Dominic, and he's like he doesn't want to see like sci-fi thing because he's so sick of it. And I thought like, yeah, for the past few weeks I've been doing sci-fi things, and every competition it's always sci-fi. So I tried this time to incorporate a little bit of reality into whatever I want to do, and eventually I went off a little bit far away, and then it still ended up becoming a little bit too sci-fi. But at least what I'm trying to do here is I had a couple of ideas, but this one I decided to push forward with this one because I thought like it could be a very strong idea where I had this kind of like dream, and then all as it transits down, it becomes the reality where the kid is sleeping and everything is just like Earth, and everything up there is just dream, and just trying to blend the two together. So from then because I'm really bad at rigging, so I tried to rig, and then when I pressed like the test button, it just squashed up, and then it became like, you know, like melted cheese or something. And I was like, oh man, I'm not gonna do that. So
That's a nightmare.
so I just turned on the bend modifier and bend the kit, detach the legs and detach the hands, and just do some slight rotation so it looks like that, and do a save view. So if you rotate the model, you'll see it like a flat spaceman. So I cheated a little bit. So I get the view set up in 3D, and then after that, I just full on photoshopping. Yeah,
As long as it works, you know, it gets the job done, right?
yeah, fake it, and then as long as it looks like it, yeah. That's what I thought.
Vittorio, or
Yeah,
admin.
admin.
Let's talk a little bit about your image. And I have to say, like, you know, the judges should have done a little bit of a better job looking at the images, because at first everybody missed out that this was actually an underground train placed
Mars.
on Mars. Yes.
Yeah.
So what was going on in your head when you first saw the announcement and you said, okay, how am I going to approach this project? What am I going to do?
Yeah, so basically what I did was to write down a few ideas that came to my mind, and I simply excluded the sci-fi ideas that I immediately had, and I was, okay, I'll try to do something slightly different, and I'll go for something more, what if ordinary? I mean, what if I create an environment which is same kind of connected to the human world, but it's on Mars, on another planet. And I didn't want to place like sand or a red desert to make I mean, I didn't want to, to not be very how do you say, obvious about this is Mars, but just subtle touches somewhere in the image.
Yes.
And I think, I mean, I was happy to have an idea was a bit different from sci-fi or cinematic, or something more funny or original, in my opinion. Yeah, here it is. And I thought you wanted to create some clothes, like colored modern clothes to each character, but then the time, of course, was against me, because I really had like 3 days, 2 hours each day, which is after dinner. So I wanted to reach a result, so I sketched, and I liked my sketch, and I wanted to push and get the image done, because when I was at it was Sunday, I think, probably it was late Sunday, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna finish it, and it was like 2 a.m. and I was, no, guys, I'm gonna finish it, because this image is good to me, and I wanna close this, and I wanna deliver the image. If not, I wasted all this time.
Yes. Yeah, I think to me the only thing that was a little bit wrong in this image is the fact that you don't really understand dog anatomy.
No, you know what? Actually, that I try to. I mean, you know why I left the nose outside? It's because of the proportion. Because if I remove the dog's nose, it was bad proportion for the dog.
You're right.
Yeah, but maybe this is far in the future, and the dogs have evolved faster than humans.
Can breathe.
And they can breathe like the
animals
atmosphere.
Can breathe there. Yeah.
Or this dog was born on Mars. He's like.
I should have think this.
And maybe the one at the back, it's not oxygen, it's a jetpack. The dog can fly.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like Superman, this doggy, to me.
The dogs are actually in charge on Mars, like that.
Yeah.
He's actually taking that guy for a walk, right?
Yeah, it's clear, yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Guys, let me ask you, what was the most difficult aspect of this challenge for all of you? And we can start with Esther and Juan.
Vale. ¿Cuál fueron las cosas más difíciles, o sea, los aspectos más difíciles de este challenge? No sé cómo traducir challenge, pero se entiende.
Reto.
Gracias. ¿Ves cómo sabes inglés?
Encontrar la historia.
To find the history. Okay.
El modelado y la postproducción no es problema.
Y enlazarlo todo, que cada parte...
Sorry, modeling and post-production, it's not a problem.
Que cada parte de la imagen tenga su parte de historia y esté enlazada una con la otra.
So each part of the image has its own history, and it's related to the other histories on the whole image.
Michael, what about you?
Can I?
Oh, sorry, Jason.
Can I ask another question to Esther and Juan? I just was curious as well, because you guys are working together, and you guys have been doing this obviously for a while in these challenges, especially. But do you guys? How do you break up the tasks in the work? Because you can't work on it's only one image. You can't work on the same thing at the same time.
¿Cómo os dividís las tareas de la imagen? Porque como trabajáis los dos, como no podéis estar, entiendo que no podéis estar los dos modelando o así. ¿Cómo lo dividís?
Es fácil. Yo modelo.
3D, 3D, postproducción.
Okay.
How long did it take you? How long did it take you to make the image? That's a question that is coming from the comments.
Vale, ¿cuánto os costó hacer la imagen? ¿Cuánto tiempo?
Es que es difícil porque entre trabajo, conciliación familiar y...
Colegio en casa.
Es
So between homeschooling, homeworking, it's difficult to say.
Pero...
3 days.
3-4 días.
Yes.
Okay.
3 or 4 days.
Y donde más tiempo nos llevó es, como decimos, la historia. Además, es lo que más nos gusta de nuestras imágenes, crear una historia que tenga sentido.
So yeah, what took longer was the history. That to create what they care the most is to create a history that you have to create the history. And once the history is done, work.
Michael, what about you?
Thank you.
The challenges, right?
Yes. What was the most
Yeah, so
difficult part? Staying up
I
to
think-
watch the winner's announcement.
Probably, yeah. Every day I stay
What
up till,
time is
like,
it
3 or
now
4,
there?
like, right now, 1:30.
Man, you deserve another prize. I'm gonna
Staying up,
We're
right?
gonna send you a case of Red Bull.
Oh, yeah, sure. Anytime.
Reward.
I need that. I'm used to it, like since the work from home thing, so my schedule is a bit off. But yeah, I think it was fun. So I didn't realize time passes anyway. So I was working till like 7 or 8 in the morning. I'm like, oh, it's already like daytime. But the hardest thing, it's not really hardest. It's just like going back and forth. It's like composition, like in post production. So in Photoshop, trying to create the focal point, and then it's something that you spot mistakes as you do, and then you try to patch it. It's the kind of thing, like endless process. The more you look at it, sometimes you just grow so tired, and that's why I have like peers like they're not in the art-based industry, like just general friends. I just ask their opinions because sometimes I feel like I'm looking at this piece of the puzzle, and then I feel like I'm just stuck. And then when the answer is actually it's not this piece, it's this piece. And once someone tells you that, you start patching and moving on, keep moving on. I think that's the most difficult part to actually blend it. And also at the same time, I tried not to use glue. I really like glue, like what Jason gets.
Yes.
I tried, but somehow, even my fiance, she said, stop doing blue. Like, you have to use some other colors. And I was like, shit, I feel like blue works. And in the end, it's a struggle. And yeah, so I feel really confident doing blue. And I really have a thing with blue and orange somehow. So in the end, it is what it is. But when I look at it again, I feel like I can still patch mistakes.
I totally get you, man. Like, I made a deal to myself not to use pink anymore in my images. Today I made an image and it's pink. Let's move
And I'm
forward.
to myself, look, this time it's not that blue, it's cyan. Like cyan is still blue.
Yeah, potato. Vittorio,
Yeah.
what was the most difficult thing during this challenge for you?
I think to get the final result when I sketched the initial draft. Because you sketch something which is cool, which you like it, but then you have to model, rigging, lighting, and you don't have much time to do that. So and then luckily I had the color palette, color space, and stuff clear in my mind. But yeah, since you sketch something, then you need to achieve the result. So that's the most difficult part of the job, especially when you're in insane delivery like this, guys. It's like a drug.
I know. I was gonna ask you guys. Do you guys not work or anything? Because no, I'm just. It's amazing. I can't believe it every time. Every time we get the images, I'm just like, what? In 1 week or in less than 1 week, what is being created is really blows me away. I wanted to make an image for the first challenge, like when Fabio did it, and he said, yeah, can you come on and judge? And I was like, yeah, okay, that sounds cool. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make an image and be like surprised and like show it, during the feed or whatever. I didn't even get it finished. I mean, I still haven't finished it. That was 7 weeks ago.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay,
But
one
it's hard because you work all day and then you come home. But
Yeah.
in this case, you're not going home because you're
Yeah.
yet. Of course, but yeah, spending 13, 14 hours a day in front of a computer is not the best option. But yeah, it's hard. Yeah, but we like the job. We like doing visuals, so that's the motivation. That's the passion.
Yes.
Juan, Jason está diciendo que para el primer challenge empezó a hacer una imagen que todavía no ha acabado, que no entiende cómo lo podéis hacer vosotros. Bueno, vosotros y el resto de los participantes, ¿no? Pero que si trabajáis o qué pasa.
Guys,
Sí, trabajamos mucho.
let me ask you a
Yeah,
question.
they work a lot also.
Let me ask
Okay,
a question for all of you. when the new challenge, the traveling cities, was announced, I don't know if you saw the announcement. It doesn't matter, but if you did, what did you think of it? Like, did you get some initial ideas in your head, things that you wanted to maybe try, test out? And if you're going to do the challenge, how will you approach it? And we can start with Esther and Juan. And they're gonna be like, no, we're busy.
Que si habéis visto el siguiente anuncio del siguiente reto, ¿lo habéis visto?
Sí. Ya
vale,
estamos...
Vale, la pregunta es, primer pensamiento que tuvisteis y cómo vais a aproximaros a la idea o cómo... ¿Qué estáis haciendo, digamos? Sin spoilers, pero...
Sí, que se necesita mucho tiempo. Es una idea, no para una semana. Se necesita...
Sí, además dijimos, una ciudad, o sea, no es que... Y que viaja, pero ¿esto qué es? O sea, ¿cómo ponemos eso en una imagen y cómo hacemos una historia de eso? Y todavía estamos. Esta mañana estábamos diciendo y todavía no lo tenemos claro. No sé si llegaremos o no
¿Aquí hay algo?
A poder presentarlo.
Sketches.
Yeah, so the first thought was, like always, like Fabio. These are my words, not them. But okay, it's a city and it's traveling. Whoa, that's the first ideas was like we need more time than a week. But yeah, they are still developing the idea, but they are working on it. They show the sketches, but yeah.
No sabemos si llegaremos.
And they don't know if they will make it, because their idea is like too big for 1 week. Give them 2 more days, Fabio. Come on.
My job is to make your life difficult.
Yeah.
Thank you. Su trabajo es haceros la vida difícil.
Gracias.
Thank you, yeah.
Me llamano el cabrón del 3D. Michael, should we? Michael, do you wanna go next?
Yeah, don't mind. So I think yesterday I was talking to Dario Pina, and he was like saying he's gonna try again. It's like, man, this week is really tough. And I said, I don't want to know. Like, actually, I don't want to know because I don't want to participate this week. Like, I want to take a rest. I actually want to take a rest because every week I've been doing this, and then it's like my fiance is not too happy. Like, she sleeps alone like during the weekend. I just ditch her and then just sit in front of the computer for a couple hours a day, and she's doing all the house chores, and like it's getting annoying. And I said, I'm gonna take a rest this week.
Trust me,
Yeah,
in
man, I
30 years, she's gonna wish that you were working on your computer instead of bothering her.
Yeah, probably. And in the end, I couldn't resist, and then I just clicked into the link, and I was like looking, and it's like traveling cities. It's like a drug, and then it's like I don't want to think about it. And then I was like sketching just now. I don't know what I want to do actually.
And then
So,
halfway
I don't
through
know, maybe-
sketching, you were like, "Shit, it's blue again!"
Exactly. I want to do modeling. I want to model it. I want to Photoshop it, but I feel like I really want to take a rest. I'm broken. Yeah.
Vittorio, you wanna go?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So when I saw the competition, man, I was just about to say fuck you, man. Yeah, I mean, I really, I don't know if I have time this week, but I really would like, because I love the team. I love this new challenge, and possibly I will join, but it's hard. Yeah. I'm resisting. I would like, but I don't know. You know, when you start doing something, then you want to finish it.
Yeah,
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'd
so it's
rather
like,
not know.
I don't want to start probably.
Guys, let me ask you another question. Now, looking back to what the other people did and the other entries and all the amazing work that was posted, if you could go back and change something about your work, what would that be? And maybe we'll wait for Esther to come back, so maybe we'll go with Michael first, okay?
Whoa, that's a very deep question. I don't know. I probably won't stop doing it. Like, cause I'm the kind of like, as I do, I spot things and then I fix things and the ideas came in and I just keep adding. Sometimes I just ruin the image, like by doing too much. Like it's like the Corona thing. That's actually the one competition out of all the render challenge that I didn't feel confident at all. I want to try to achieve too many things and then I just in the end just screw it up. So I'd rather not think. I'm happy with it.
I'm going right now to look at your image because I'm really curious.
It's the airplane thing. It's the airplane thing, like with like some sci-fi element, and then I was trying to tell a story about someone missing home, going back home.
Yeah,
kind
okay.
of thing. Yeah, but I feel like it wasn't strong. Yeah, because the colors and the story just doesn't tie together, and then there's just too many focus, and the ceiling is like too sci-fi. So I just tried to do.
I couldn't remember it because it's not blue.
Yeah, it's purple. It's like a sad,
Oh, Mike, I remember it.
purple,
So,
like
yeah.
rusty purple. Yeah, I don't like it. I wasn't too happy with it.
It is something different than like your usual stuff that you've done, though. I have to say. But that's that's fine.
I really cannot remember the image.
Yeah, because it sucks. Don't remember it.
I will look it up later. But anyway, let me
I
ask.
don't even prove it.
Let me ask the same question to Vittorio. Vittorio, if you could go back, knowing what you know now, what would you change about your work? And it can also be based on like what the judges said, you know, like when they gave you the feedback.
Yes, you know, sometimes when you start doing a competition, sometimes you ask to yourself, okay, who's the judge? Is more creative? Is more arc beats? It's more, but I think probably it's better not ask this question and do something you like, because if not, you're connected to something. I mean, you have tight ends actually. So if I could go back, I don't know, maybe I would create something. Every time I try to get something original as much as I can. That every time I try to do something, I
don't know. Do you wanna finish the sentence?
It's a weird question.
No, I know. It's like sometimes, you know, when people want to try and achieve more than they can actually deliver, then this can be a little bit dangerous, right? Because you might have a very good idea that it's very simple, and then you push yourself to do a lot more, and maybe if you did not plan too much, then you could have done less but better. Am I guessing that this is what you were trying to say, or no?
Yeah, no, not exactly.
I don't know.
I mean, if I go back with what I saw, I just create something similar, probably. Yeah.
Okay, so you would have stuck to your guns.
Yeah, definitely.
Esther, Juan.
Ha preguntado que ahora mirando atrás todas las entradas, o sea, mirando todas las imágenes que se han entregado y cómo ha ido todo, los comentarios de los jueces, etcétera, que si cambiaríais algo de cómo llegasteis a hacer la imagen o como algo.
Yo creo que no. Porque además es que no.
They're like, we won, so who cares?
No. Buena cuestión, Fabio.
No cambiaríamos nada porque normalmente no solemos hacer mucho caso a lo que...
Ahora la siguiente imagen.
Claro, o sea, nos centramos en una imagen, sabemos lo que queremos, vamos a por ello, nos gusta o no nos gusta, es nuestra imagen y bien, y evidentemente tenemos fallos como tiene todo el mundo, pero de ellos aprendemos todos los días y siempre
la
sacamos
siguiente.
algo nuevo. O sea que no, es nuestra forma de seguir aprendiendo y seguir creciendo.
But so basically, no, they wouldn't, because when they have an idea, they go for it. They work all they can with this image, and when the challenge is done, it's like next image. I think that's
Hay que
That's
saber
what it
acabar
is,
la
yeah.
imagen.
It's a
that you
beautiful
have
answer.
to. But you have to know to finish the image. Not that you have to consider, okay, it's done. I cannot work, or I would not work more in the image. Next. ¿No? Juan, Esther,
No
si es algo me quiero ir un poco.
No regrets.
Exactly.
I think it's a beautiful answer because sometimes,
yeah, it
you
is.
know, artists, they just need to put their foot down and say, I'm moving forward, I finished this, and next there will be another chance for me to do better, and not like just linger on something that it's old and that
Sorry,
it's...
Yeah,
they also said
definitely.
that they learn from their mistakes for the next
Albert.
image challenge. So
Give a kiss to Albert.
causa para eso.
I love the lives, you know, like anything can happen.
I'm doing an online exam now, so
Albert, put some pants on.
Yeah, but I want to make another comment, because at the beginning when I was talking about Michael Collins, I just want to say this because it's my favorite documentary about the Apollo program, and it's called For All Mankind. It was made in 1989. If you haven't seen this, you have to go watch it. It's an amazing documentary because it's not the typical documentary style. And I just wanted to bring it up because Esther and Juan's image is about this guy, Michael Collins, and it's really worth watching if you haven't seen it before. It's my favorite of all the things I've ever seen about Apollo. So check it out, For All Mankind.
Yeah,
Vale.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Not the new series. There's a new series called this on Apple TV or Apple Plus or whatever, but it's a documentary from 1989. You can find it though. It's possible.
Vale. Que hay un documental que se llama For All Mankind, no sé qué traducción tendrá en español, pero que básicamente habla de esto, que es como su documental favorito sobre el Apolo 11, que si lo habéis visto.
No, fuimos viendo partes.
¿Lo conocéis?
Sí,
Vale, pero
I'll send you a link.
okay. No, they know the story, but they haven't seen it. The whole documentary is just parts.
Nos documentamos sobre todo en texto.
No, they documented almost in everything in text, written down.
Claro, si tú ves imagen sobre una historia,
Te influye.
tú ya estás influenciado. Si lo lees,
Y lo imaginas. Y puedes hacer tu versión.
Ay, me gusta mucho. So they said that if you see an image and you're trying to do an image, it will influence you. So they try to read everything, so they don't have the images.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, super nice.
Yeah, I love that.
I would have looked at an image and then just copied it. You know.
Exactly.
Let's hope they don't catch me.
I mean, it's only a week. Okay, I only have a week.
Yeah. Jason habría mirado la imagen y copiado.
I tell you what, 2 years from now, I'm going to do the same challenge and just use your image. I'm going to enter the competition.
Just remake it with pink walls.
Yes.
You're good.
So,
The Fabio touch.
Exactly. Guys, one more question before I say goodbye to all of you. For those who are thinking to enter the competition, the next competition, the traveling city competition, what would your one piece of advice be to these guys?
No, I will translate. Para los que van a hacer el siguiente reto, ¿qué sería vuestra frase o de recomendación para los que van a hacer el reto?
elegir una hora del día para hacer la imagen.
Okay, so pick one time of the day to make the image.
Y que se atrevan a hacerlo porque sales de tu zona de confort y haces otras cosas que sin ese briefing, aunque sea mínimo, tú no harías, no te pondrías. Te fuerzas a hacer algo y te fuerzas a mejorarlo.
Vale. And to encourage them to take it, because with this little briefing, you are able to make things that you were not thinking capable of doing without this idea or this imposed idea. I don't know. Yeah, the briefing. Was that
It's very good.
Okay.
Michael?
Yeah, I agree with what Esther and Juan say, but I also want to say, like, just go for it, because I think I have a couple of friends that asked me, like, how do you join this? Like, I'm not good enough. Like, I'm too scared to join. I was like, just go for it. I'm shitty as well. Like, compared to like everyone else, like my work is trash. Like, but I just try, and then like, you know, just do your best. Like, I didn't hope of winning, and just hope for the best. And you know, like because art is so subjective. You never know when you get lucky. And you know, if you didn't make it this time around, you go around the next week again and again till you make it. And you know, like there's nothing to lose, right? Like you lose, no one's gonna remember you anyway. And if you win, everyone's gonna remember you somehow. It's a good thing.
It's a
I love
win-win
this
situation.
sentiment, Michael, but I also think it's quite an understatement. That your stuff is trash. Come on, man.
I mean, I do everything. I cheat everything in Photoshop. That's how
That's
bad
okay.
I am.
That's allowed.
Yeah, right. Like, you know, if I post something on VW Art Club, I think it's gonna be rejected, like quality standard. You're probably gonna reject it. The composition, the texture, it's wrong.
Yeah, but
Never
you know
gonna
what?
accept that.
But you know what? Even quality standards, those are all subjective anyway, right? Like they're still
Yeah.
subjective. Somebody has to decide what the what level of quality it is, you know. Anyway, Vittorio, did you say something yet? I don't guess. Yeah.
So I would say there is this kind of challenge could be a way to prove ourselves in a way. So you have a really short time, and it's cool to challenge and to, even if you, as Michael said, even if you think you're not enough, give it a try. Catch a few ideas, choose one idea, possibly with a storytelling behind it, a nice, great structure behind, and then if you sketch or not, doesn't matter, but just go for the idea and then prove yourself. Because maybe sometimes if you do something for 3-4 days, maybe less, that could be a new workflow to experiment. No, you know, sometimes you discover a new way to push your boundaries and then boost your skills. It's a nice way to improve the skills as well. Yeah, so go for it. And Fabio will love you a bit more
when you upload the file. Yes, and you know, like I've had a couple of people reaching out to me, telling me that, you know, they got stuck with the story and with the narrative of the image. And don't get me wrong, like this is something that I personally look for in an image when I look at an image. But there are some times where maybe there isn't really the time to focus on that. I still recommend people to try and work with something that it's just aesthetically pleasing and doesn't really have a narrative, because work is work. And so as long as you work, you're always outdoing yourself, right? If you have to make an excuse not to hand in a project because, oh, Fabio wants to see the narrative or the story, fuck me, you know, just do whatever it is that you enjoy. Just don't. Probably the biggest piece of advice that I can give to everybody: start small. Do not shoot for the stars. You know, it's only 1 week. Do something small. In Italian we say, don't do the fart bigger than the asshole. It means like just stay within the boundaries. Jose, you will have to explain that in Spanish.
No, no, yes, I will. Okay.
It's funny.
But you get the idea,
What
right?
are you saying, Rosé? You don't have this saying in Spanish?
Not exactly this one, but they will help me to find one. Que en Italia dicen que no te tires el pedo más grande que tu culo, o algo así. No, no sé, tenemos algo así, ¿no?
I don't know.
No, pero teníamos otras.
I need to find the proper Spanish translation to this phrase.
Yeah.
No hace
You know
el,
Italian and Spanish?
no hace el chorizo
sorry.
más grande que la boca.
El chorizo.
I'll buy it. I'll buy it.
Guys, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me and to talk a little bit about your art and about your work. I'm pretty sure that people got some value out of it. If not, we laughed a little bit and we spent like a beautiful 50 minutes together. I want to say thank you, José, for being the translator. I really wanted to have Juan and Esther on the show, but they kept saying no because they don't speak English. And so thank you very much for coming and help us. I want to thank James again for being here as a moral, physical, psychological support and more. Michael,
Spiritual icon.
I see you like blinking like I want to go to bed.
No,
He's got to finish working. What are you talking about? He's not done working yet.
only two.
Vittorio, thanks
That's
a
right.
lot for talking to me. Great job qualifying in 4th place. Thank you again, guys, for being here. Thanks everybody watching from home. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like, share it. Maybe some people will join the next competition, which is always a lot of fun. I don't know. Is there anything that you guys want to say before we say goodbye?
¿Algo
Maybe
más que
test the
queréis
mic
añadir?
button. I don't think it's working.
Que el siguiente, visto lo visto, si lo gana Michael, porque va por ese ritmo, no nos presentamos.
So next challenge, as we've seen, if it's going to win Michael because he's like taking the steps, they will not present any
Don't
job.
jinx it. I won't join. Thank you.
Anyone
I
else?
want to say also thank you to all of you for being here and for everybody that's watching. Thanks a lot. And you guys did an amazing job again. And I can't, it's like the highlight of my week to, come and sit there and get to look at the images and decide who to flush. And also to pick the winners. But I love it. And I wait for it every week. So thanks.
Thank you guys for doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah, really, to put
Thank
together
you.
the industry and what you're doing for us. Really appreciate it in this time, especially. It's very beautiful what you're doing. So, great job.
I appreciate you guys as well. Okay, I'm going to stop the stream. Don't go anywhere so that I can say goodbye one more time. Thanks everyone at home for watching, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. I'm gonna try and come live to do my own entry for the traveling cities. I still don't know. I'll try. I'm a bit busy myself as well. But anyway, thanks everybody. Don't go anywhere so that I can say goodbye one more time.